Hi, I'm Mark at the Caravan Place, and today we're going to look at the Bailey Phoenix 642. So on the Bailey Phoenix 642, our electric hookup is actually on the door side. So just under this little locker here is where we actually put our main electric into, so that'll give us power into the Caravan. At the front we've got a little storage unit that goes underneath of the front seating area, so nice easy access. This is an extra. This isn't normally fitted onto the Bailey Phoenixes, but we've fitted this on for a customer. So it's an external barbecue point. Now this runs off the main barbecue point that's round the opposite side, or off the main gas supply, so you can just have a little barbecue out into the awning, or just outside of the awning in actual fact. So that just runs off the main gas. At the front we've got the 13-pin electric, so just make sure your vehicle is 13-pin electrics. If not, you can just get a converter that goes from the 13 back to the 7s, and we've also got the Alco stabilised hitch head. On the offside, this is where we're going to put our water. So water pump just drops into our Acrol first and then plugs in as so. You'll see that the little blue catch underneath that just holds that in. The little button on the top to remove it, so just always make sure you press that in, and that will just hold that in and give us the water into the Caravan. Flue for the Truma heating system and water, and then room for 2 6-kilogram gas bottles. This is set up on propane. So again, you do need a little spanner just to tighten this onto the gas bottle, and it's reverse thread, so it's literally just tighten this up, reverse thread, and then once that's tight, pop our gas bottle on the top. Now normally we'd have these secured in for travelling, but obviously for demonstration purposes I've just got it nice and easy to hand. We've then got all of our wastewater outlets from sinks and showers. And again, another little storage area just underneath the bed in this one. Cassette toilet, so it's hidden way back in there on this one, so it's a fair old reach in there to actually remove the cassette itself. Little orange handle pulls up and this just comes straight out. Little vent on the back, so this lets air in, so when we fold this out, remove the cap, hold that in, that will empty the cassette out, and then we can just pop blue chemical in through the top, through that vent just there, and again this then just slides back in and make sure that that's locked into place. Flush water is from the top, so we just undo this little watering can or a bottle and pink chemical into the top there. Now to empty the actual flush water, there's a little cap just at the side hidden away. So this, just on this right hand side, is how we drain the flush water down. So we hold that out, remove the bung, and that will empty all of our flush water if you're not going to use it for a while or through the winter. As we come inside of the Bailey Phoenix, just at the side of the door is where we put all of our 12 volt on and off. We've got our water pump, we've got our internal lighting, and then we've got our awning light. We've got a little test button here, so this will tell us what we've got coming off the charger or off the battery. The main battery location, you'll notice on the outside we didn't see anywhere to put the battery, and that's because it's hidden in the floor well on the Baileys, so that's just underneath of the seats here. So that's the location where you'll put the leisure battery. And then we've also got all of our trip switches and fuses just underneath of there also, and you'll see the blue box just to the bottom left. That is where our motor move controls are. So once we've got our power on coming into the Caravan, obviously we can put our lights etc on. Before we put that water pump on, we need to make sure that all of our taps are firstly over the sinks and in the closed position, and then just underneath this seat here we've got the drain off valve. So if it was the winter and we were going to drain the Caravan down, the little yellow tap there, we'd put that into the upright position, leave that into the upright position, open all of the taps, so all of your kitchen, bathroom, sink and your shower tap, open all those up, and that will drain that system down. So before we come back into the Caravan, we need to, before we put that water pump on, we need to make sure that that yellow tap is down as it is now, and that all of our sink taps and shower tap are in the closed position. Once we know that that's all correct, we can then put our water pump on. We'll see we get a little run light just to let us know that the water pump's on, and then we can get the water through the system. Now, we'd already pre-filled the water system up, but if you are just filling it for the first time, there's going to be quite a lot of coughing and spluttering on that hot water tap, just to get all the air out of the system. And again, what you'd need to do then is the bathroom tap and the shower, just get all the water through, and then you'll see that the water pump run light will come on and off as it should do. It will run for about 20-30 seconds. Once you turn that tap on, off, it will just build the pressure back up in the system, and then it will turn itself off. We've then got our gas system. So again, once we've turned that on outside, we can then get the gas through the system. You'll notice that came on and straight back off again because there's a bit of air in the system. So again, this is the easiest way, just to bleed the gas through, get all of the air out of the system, and we can physically see that we've got the gas coming through. This will then just mean that when we come to our fridge, our heating and hot water system, it will just all light up on the gas a little bit easier. Majority of the time, to use our grill and our oven, we need to leave that hob lid in the up position for the gas to come through to the bottom units. But again, if we're not using our oven or our grill, and we're going to put that glass lid down back on the hob, we need to make sure that all of our hob rings are fully cooled down before we put that glass lid down. Obviously we don't want to put that down while these are hot, because that's just going to shatter the glass and cause you issues. Once we've got the water through and the gas through, we can then obviously go to our heating and hot water system, our fridge. If we're going to use it on gas, it will light up a lot easier on the gas by getting the gas through the system, as we have done now. If you're going to use it on 230 volt, it's just a little plug symbol there. We've then got the battery symbol, which is if you've got all 13 pins wired on your vehicle. As we're travelling, we can run it off the car, so that'll just keep it cool when we're travelling. And then, as I say, we've got the gas. So to light the gas up, we pop that on, holding our gas valve, which is also our thermostat for the 230 volt and the gas. So we hold that one in, hit our igniter, and then you'll see over on the little indicator here, we've got a little red mark that once that's lit up, that will come across and up into the green. We keep that held in for about 20-30 seconds, and then as we release the gas valve, just make sure that that little indicator there just stops up into the green, and that we know when it's lit up and it's running and doing what it should be doing. Again then, as I say, this gas valve is also our thermostat, so we can control how cold that fridge gets with this one, and that will work on the 230 volt and on the gas. Now on the battery symbol, it will literally just keep cool, so it's not going to freeze down like it will on the gas or the electric. We've got then our microwave, which is just above the fridge, so we have to wake this one up. So you'll notice that it's an eco microwave, and to wake it up we press the little eco button. We've then got all of our different settings on there. For a quick start, we've got just our on and off, and then we've got our stop and clear. One thing just to make sure is that we've removed this microwave plate before we travel. So if we don't remove this microwave plate, there is a chance that this door could come open, the microwave plate come out, and we're going to end up with a big dent on the worktop. So just always make sure that that is removed before travelling. I'll pop that underneath the seat. It's not been cleaned, this van, yet, so I'm hoping that when the cleaner comes in he doesn't move that, so I'll try and make sure that I've double checked that again just before you collect the Caravan. Then we've got our heating system, which is over by the kitchen area. So we want to make sure that we've got really the water through before obviously we turn our heating on. You'll notice that we've got a little plug symbol down here just to let us know that we've got 230 volt coming through. So if we want to use our heating or hot water on the 230, we need to make sure that that little plug symbol's on. To wake the system up, we'll just press the middle button. Our first setting then is our heating side of the Caravan. So at the moment we've got it off. To put that then, we'll just use the dial and set the temperature of what we want the Caravan to be. We can then come across to our hot water. Again, to select the hot water, press the button. We're then off, eco, hot or boost. So if we went to a site and we'd got a limited amount of 230 volt power, so it was on a low ampage site, we could select our eco. If we just wanted hot water as standard, just normal, we hadn't got any issues with power, we can select hot. Or if we'd just come into the Caravan and we wanted the hot water to warm up a little bit quicker than normal, we have got the boost setting. 99% of the time we're just going to select normal hot water, and that will then just heat up and put our heating on all at the same time. As I say, we have got that boost setting, which if you need water heating up quicker, you can run it on the boost, but you'll find that then the heating won't work as effectively as all the power is going through to that hot water. Third one along then, we have got our power setting. So at the moment we've selected gas, so that's just lit up on the gas system and running on that. We've then got a mix of gas and electric on a lower setting. We've got mix of gas and electric on a higher setting. So again, if you wanted your hot water and your heating to work a little bit more efficiently and quicker, we can run it on the gas and electric higher setting. Or if you've just gone to a site and you're paying for your electric, you've got electric 1, which is like electric low setting, and electric 2, which is a higher setting, which most sites should be able to run that on electric 2. And again, that will then just work your heating and hot water both on electric. If you want the blown air heating with your heating setting, again, for night time etc, we've got an eco, which is like a low setting. So if you want your heating on just during the night and you don't want the fan making an awful noise, you can run that just on eco. You have also got a high setting. So again, if you want the heat to be coming through and getting the Caravan warmer quicker, pop that to the high. The fan will then kick in a little bit noisier. So like I say, if it's during the night, you might want to just run that on the eco setting. We have also got a setting hidden away in here, which if we've got no heating and we've got no hot water on, but it's quite a hot day and we just want a bit of cool air blowing around the Caravan, we come back over to the fan and now it says off or vent. Click on vent and then we can run the fan just all on its own from speeds 1 to 10, and that will then just run the blown air heating without any heating at all, and that will just blow cool air around the Caravan for you and just cool it round. It's not dragging in from outside, so it's not recirculating any outside, it's just recirculating the air that's inside of the Caravan, but it will cool it down to a certain degree. It's not going to work like air conditioning, but it will just make it a bit cooler. Again, we can then just go back to that from the vent and turn that off once we've finished. And then we're back to our square one. Our lights, we've got different light switches around, so we've got some over cabinet lights. Just underneath here we've got some little spotlights, and these have got little USB chargers as well, so nice and handy with a little alcove at the top for charging phones etc. Same on the other side. We've got our speakers and our radio just in the cupboard just here. We've got our above lights, which there's a little light switch hiding just underneath of our unit just here. And then for our kitchen lights, again, we've got our little light switches, top one, and then our under cabinet lights just here. Going towards the back, we've then got the little spotlights and some over cabinet lights which run off that one. Spotlights then again, and again these have got the little USB and a little area just to put your phone for charging, etc. And then into the bathroom we've got a pull cord that puts all of our bathroom lights on, and then for our cassette toilet we've got the little blue, does our flush water. Again, always make sure that you've put that cassette back in before you hit that button, and then to let everything through and down into the actual cassette we've got the little grey handle that just opens that up and straight down into the cassette itself. Hopefully we've run through all of the operations of this little Bailey Phoenix 642, and that's got you up and running. If there is anything that you're not too sure about, just let us know, and again we can go through it with you. Thanks, I'm Mark at the Caravan Place.